You are live.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you. We moved the camera a little bit, so I hope it's going to make it easier for everybody to see today. Can you all hear me okay? Hello, Alice, Annette, Brenda. Welcome, Samantha. It's great to see you there. Annette, Ms. no, it's Alice. Alice, you had asked about sentiments. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, Brenda said yes.
Oh, okay, good. All right, Alice, you had asked about extra sentiments for you. Thank you. Cards. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Maria. Welcome, everybody. Andrea, good to see you. You'd ask about sentiments. I had just a couple of sheets left. They come in, they actually have 7 sentiments per sheet. So how many sentiments did you need to finish your cards, Alice? 27. Okay, perfect. I already cut them up. You're going to get the not so pretty ones along with the others. I actually have 28 in this set right here. So I will put up a listing for these, and then I'll have just a couple. I literally will have like 2 more sheets. So if anybody else is interested, there will be a few extra sentiments available for your fall cards if you want them. They're 7 per sheet. So just buy them in lots of one grouping, and you'll have 7 at a time. So perfect. I'll put them up for you after class. This is an easy thing to list. Sometimes when it's a bigger listing, it takes me a little longer, but that'll be easy. So that's good. Okie dokie.
The wreath first.
Oh yeah, you want to grab those for me? Lauren left her Halloween projects. You guys had wanted to see the finished products, so she left them out here. She refused to go on camera for me to show them to you herself, but they're adorable, so we'll show you. This is the one that Lauren made for herself. Her Mickey wreath. Let's see if I can get it all in camera. Can you zoom out at all, honey? Oh, there we go. I got them all in one screen. This is the one she made for herself. She took a larger wreath ring and 2 smaller rings from the dollar store. She used zip ties to attach the smaller rings to the bigger one, and then she wrapped it in the what do you call this? Streamer material, or the you guys know what I'm talking about. What do you call that? So anyway, there's the Mickey wreath that she was talking about making. Garland, thank you, Brenda. I couldn't find the word. Hey, Betty, welcome. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Diane. Garland. Look, you guys are all so good. Why couldn't I find that word? I was trying. But isn't that just adorable? Super cute. I have some big Disney fans in my family. She made this one in black for her, and she made Brittany one in orange. And this is Minnie, so she has a bow. And then she also made these table decorations. So I guess this is the front. She kind of buried this Mickey a little bit. She made these table decorations with Mickey's in the background. She used some of her little Halloween stickers and put Boo and Gates fences down at the bottom. And these were made from the single pumpkin stems, and then she glued them together. So that was her. It was an easy and super inexpensive project. All of this material, these were sold in groupings of picks. So this was one pick, this was one pick, a little of this tulle material, and the pot actually came from the dollar store too. So the basic supplies here were, she got multiples, and it was like $4 for the basics. So anyway, we had promised to show you, so that's what she did with her supplies that she came in with the other day when she went to the dollar store to get me my Mod Podge for class. Yay! Stickers in the table decoration. Did the stickers on the table decoration come from? Yeah, no,
No.
they came from our store. The boo stickers. Type in Halloween or under themes and occasions. You can go in and there's a category for Halloween. You can pull that up. I probably need to pull that up to the top of the store so you can find it easily. But yeah, I will tell her. Thank you, Brenda. Okay, you guys know what we're making today. It's Rockin' Robin Day. Whoops, boy, I really got him rocking there. It's Rockin' Robin Day. We're making a rocker card. We are making an A6. We're making a second A6 card. We're making a shaker card. And we're making a third A6 card. We are going to be busy, crafty people for the next couple hours. And then when we're finished, I have an inspiration card to show you and that you can make out of your leftover piece of cardstock. So we're going to get a lot of cards out of this kit because that's what we do, right? So let's get going with Rockin' Robin. Say hi to Zoe. I have Zoe here in the classroom. Zoe is Margie's daughter-in-law, and she is sitting in on her first class with us. And so give Zoe a shout out. Zoe, right? Yeah. So they're saying hi to you. You got hello from Alice and Brenda, and yeah. So she's here with us. Margie and family, as you may have read in the newsletter, are all with us, pending the lifting of some of the smoke over Oregon City where they live and the passing of their level 2 fire alert. It's kind of a crazy situation over there. We got 2 giant wildfires coming together, and when they come together, sometimes it's really explosive, and it can send up big plumes and stuff when the fires come together, and those plumes can rain hot stuff down on the territory below. So when it gets to where those are getting close, they probably would make that evacuation a level 3, which is you must go right now, right this minute. And they came over a little early because Zoe has like the most adorable baby you have ever seen. Her name is Lily. If she ends up out here before the end of class, we'll swing a camera around and let you take a look at Lily. She's like the sweetest baby. Yeah, so Oregon's crazy right now, people. I lived here all my life. I've never seen a thing like this. It's just crazy. But let's make cards because it's a much happier subject. But I'm glad to have Zoe here because it's fun. She likes crafty things, and it gave her a chance to jump in and join our class. So for that, I'm grateful. Because fun stuff with fun people is always good. All right, looking at our class kit, you will have some acetate. You will have some red Jupiter sparkle paper. I think they called it glimmer. We call it shimmer, I think, in our store. So that red shimmer paper, you'll know what that looks like. You have a packet full of goodies for decorating our cards and the contents for your shaker card in there. You have this funny little scrap of blue paper that I must have used for something because I got it in my kit. I'll have to see. Oh, I know what it was. It's this piece. So you got one little piece of blue paper in there. You got your card blanks, you got a roll of foam tape, and you got your card kit. So without further ado, let's make something, shall we? Let's see. Let's start with an A6 card. I always like to start easy. Oh, Miss Lily, Annette, she is the sweetest baby. Oh my gosh. She never cries. She's just the happiest little girl. They are truly, truly blessed. Okay, let's see. Which one do we want to do? How about we do... I want to do the rocker before we do that one. So I'm going to do these together. Let's actually do this one. This one that I trimmed off a little bit and did the inside. So we're going to make this one first. Okay, you know, I realized it when I was holding Lily this morning. I left my corporate career at the bank 18 years ago. I guess that's it, because that's the same year that Simply Special was founded. I left my corporate career 18 years ago, and I don't think I've held a baby since. I can't think of an occasion where we've had somebody here that had small children and holding a baby. So I felt kind of awkward at first, but it was something. Deborah, those fires, some of them, we had a huge, we had like Santa Ana winds. We've never had that in Oregon. Not that anybody can recall, but we had an episode of Santa Ana winds where the wind was blowing in from the east. And east of us, we in the state of Oregon, it's separated in the middle by the Cascade Mountains. And on one side of the Cascades, it's wet and rainy here. And on the other side of the Cascades, it's desert. You kind of get a little bit of everything in Oregon and Washington that way. And we had the winds shifted and were blowing in from the east. Well, we've had a particularly dry summer, so our green was a little crispy. Then we had those Santa Ana winds. It's been exceptionally warm this year. We've been in the 90s for most of August and into the first part of September, which is also unusual for us to have a long stand of that. So everything was tender dry, which doesn't usually happen here. And then we had a big windstorm that came through and blew down power lines all over the state. And so there were 36 fires started. And then, of course, you get embers coming off those fires that blow in the wind and start other fires. And it was crazy. I mean, the whole state went up. It was just nuts. So we are getting a first-hand view of what our friends in California live with. Okay, I'm going to go slow and easy because this is Zoe's first time, and I know some of you, it may be less experienced card makers. For those of you who are more experienced, bear with us because we want to be here for everybody. Get your tape out, fold your card in half, and we're going to put 3 rows of tape on with our tape. You don't have to cut this tape or anything. Just lay it down, tap it with your thumb, pull it across your card, and tear. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. It's cooler today. That's a real blessing. The firefighters said that having it cool down a little bit is more humane for them, for sure. But it's also slowing the fires a little bit. It's amazing how much influence the heat seems to have on the fires. Okay. Once you get your tape on, thank you very much, guys. We'll take them too. We'll take all those prayers we can get because we have 500,000 people in the state of Oregon under some stage of evacuation. Stage 1 was you're in danger. Stay alert. Stage 2 was pack up your belongings, get your pictures and other memorables in your cars, and make sure you have your meds and irreplaceable items and stuff ready to go because you could be called upon to leave at any moment. And stage 3 is leave now, you're in imminent peril. And we have 500,000 people, 1 in 10, out of the state of Oregon who's under some form of evacuation level. Isn't that something? So once we get that on there, go ahead and take your tape off. Remove it, just pull the tape from one end. It's called, if it gives you any trouble lifting the tape, tear it in the center. You can tear it right in the center and pull back both ways. Is it lifting your tape? Try this. Try grabbing the paper here and pull it back both directions. That's an easy way to get it to come off. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so your brother knows all about what we've been handling. I think, is Woodburn under stage 1? I'm not sure. Woodburn, I think, is in stage 1.
Wilsonville is.
Was it Woodburn or Wilsonville?
Wilsonville.
Oh, it was Woodburn. Yeah, it's Woodburn. Yeah, so He's probably under stage 1 evacuation alert. Craziness. Just nuts. Nuts. Okay, once you got your tape down, you good? Then I want you to line up, put the fold of your card at the top. I want you to use your paper long side, and then I want you to match your card to your paper and go down till you cover the bottom of your card. Okay? Don't panic if it's a little bit off or something at the bottom, we can fix that. Or if it's a little off at the side. All we really care about for certain is making sure that this fold at the top is covered. It'd be great. That's beautiful. Okay, flip it over, get your scissors, and we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut right along the outside of the card. We're going to let our card base be our guide in making our cuts. We'll trim that off and we have a perfectly covered card. If you have any little white areas at the bottom or at the sides, don't panic about that. We can trim those off with our paper trimmer. It looks like you're doing great. Okay, next up, we're going to find our topper sheet. That's what this thing's called. And it's got all these die-cut toppers on it. Let's pop out the one with the robin that's in the middle of the sheet. And could you get a... Okay, I had my supplies back in here just a second ago. I think I put it up here. Yeah, there we go. You know what? I don't think we put foam squares in your kit. So hopefully you have some of those. And we'll share. We don't need an awful lot of foam squares today. These are foam squares. We're going to take some of these little foam squares and we're going to put them on the back of this topper. I would say you need about 5 to 6 of them. Put one in each corner and maybe one in the middle. That's all we really need to hold that up. Let's not put it on yet though. Before we do that, we're going to do a little creative trimming here. We're going to put go ahead. I'm going to go a little bit slower, guys, because I need to make sure that those of you who are new are catching, are following. So it's okay. We're going to trim a little bit off the face of our card. So we're going to open our card up. There you go. Put the face of your card on your trimming board. And I want you to cut off about 1/2 inch. So you can tell, here's your measures, come clear up to the top. This is always the best way to do this, is hold your card against this ruler, because that's the straightest place on your machine. Hold your card up against the top and measure, your fold should be right about 5/8. I'm sorry, 3 5/8. I apologize. 3 5/8. And just trim 1/2 inch off. It's going to be a big piece of paper to cut off because we got 2 layers of paper we're going through, but we end up with a nice little trim right across our card there. We're going to take that little narrow piece of blue paper that's in your kit, and we're going to put that little piece of blue paper inside this card so that when we're looking at it from the outside, we have this pretty little matching trim piece that's showing. I think no, it's not shimmer paper, it's just a really pretty blue paper. To add that trim piece, we're going to put a piece of tape down across the bottom of our card. Tear it off the edge. we will expose this adhesive. Hi, Michelle. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you could join us today. It actually might be good, guys, to put 2 trim strips down there because it's kind of an awkwardly wide little trim space we're putting on there. So I'm going to put 2 strips of tape, one right above the other one, just to get a little bit of extra adhesive on there. And then I'm going to line this blue up with the bottom of my card. And I'll trim the extra blue off. And now, when we look at our card from the outside, we're going to have this absolutely yummy foiled paper that's trimmed by that solid blue. I think that's gorgeous, the way that's happening. Say hi to Margie, she just came in.
Hi guys.
Hi Adelaide, welcome, welcome.
Casseroles.
Nice to have you with us.
Yeah, do that.
Michelle says hi Margie,
Hi.
and Kim says hi Margie.
Adeline says hi.
And Adeline says hi, and Brenda says hi, and Alice says hi. Glad you and your family are safe, she said.
Thank you for all the
Annette
thoughts,
says
guys.
hi. Okay, we have our little foam squared piece. Hi, Sandy. But Sandy says hi. Margie just disappeared out the other door. She was passing through. I caught her passing through. Okay, we'll remove our little paper squares, and then we're going to put this kind of centered from top to bottom of just the foiled paper. And the edge of it will be like right at the center of your card. In fact, I may have put this just a little over further than I did. That's kind of a big greeting we have, so you can lift that if necessary. I kind of misdirected. I think yours is going to be fine. Mine was a little too far over. This looks good. Okay, we're going to get back to our supplies packet. We're going to find our Merry Christmas or Season's Greetings, whatever you got in your kit, because we kind of just cut up the sheet and you get what you get. It has both kinds of greetings in there. Mine has Merry Christmas. Yours might have Season's Greetings. Oh, that's a little ornament. Okay, Mary. I like these stickers. These are from, I believe these are, in fact, I'm sure these are Find It Trading. I like them because they are really firm. And because they're more firm, I think they're easier to put down. They are, because they are more firm, they're actually a little bit more fragile in a way. When you peel them off the sheet, it's possible sometimes they break. And if it breaks, don't panic, just put it on in 2 pieces. It's okay. So we're gonna start our Merry or our Seasons just a little bit below the top of our topper there. Now, nice thing with stickers is with these stickers is we can put them on, we can kind of take a look at it, and if we don't like the positioning, if you do it soon, don't try and do it 2 days later. By 2 days later, they're stuck for good. But if immediately you decide, no, it's a little crooked, you can lift these up and move them where you want them to be. It won't hurt normally. I'm not sure I'd do this on like delicate paper, like napkin paper, but certainly on this cardstock we're using, you can just lift that sticker and make it move. I've got Merry Christmas there. And then I think everybody has some form of a little flourish. We're going to take that little flourish and we're just going to stick it down here in this blue area to kind of bring that blue area in and make it match. The color matches, but we're just bringing the gold to both. And look at that. We have just finished our first card, guys. You like it? It's cute, huh? How easy was that? Fun and easy, that's what we do. If it's not easy, we'll try to make it easy. I've looked at I've watched lots and lots of YouTube videos on people making shaker cards and stuff, and I look at how hard some of them work, and I think, oh no, people, it's so much easier. It could be so much easier. Let's prove it. Let's do our shaker card next, huh? Try to decide if mine is completely even. I may need to move that a little bit. That's just a little hard to tell. It's a little off. I put my ruler under. I mean, it's literally like just a fraction off. May not even be worth moving, but I'm going to do it just to prove that you can. I'm going to lift that with my nail, and I'm going to gently pull up one end. I don't even have to pull up the whole sticker. I'm just going to pull up one end and kind of reposition it just a little bit lower there. Because you can. And that's the beautiful thing about working with these peel stickers, is that usually you can do that. Probably would have been easier to put down my straight line to begin with, but that's not my way. Okay, so that's nice and even now. I love it. Card 1 is done. Okay, here's card 2. We're going to make this fun shaker card. All right, so we're going to find our 5x7 card in our card blanks, which is going to be the biggest one. That's the one. We are going to fold that card in half. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. I have to find ways to make it simple. For my own benefit. Thank you, Stephanie. You guys are so sweet to me. Okay, we almost always start by putting down 3 rows of tape. So go ahead and put down your 3 rows of tape. Expose your adhesive. How's everybody else out there doing? Do we have anybody from California who's on the video today? You guys are really getting it too. In Washington, there's quite a bit of stuff going on in Washington. Sandy's our neighbor here in Tigard, so she kind of knows all about what's going on in our world, don't you, Sandy? Crazy. It's crazy. Our friend Laura that comes to Crafty Friends, Sandy, she was on a evacuation alert in Newburgh, which is just a little west of us. Well, it's quite a bit west of us, really. There's a couple little towns between us and them. But that was another one of our friends that we needed to say, call us if you need us. Okay, so we're taking our paper off. If finger lift tape gives you any trouble at all lifting on the edge when you go to pull it, just tear it in the center and pull it both ways, guys. Okay, this time we will cover our card using this paper, the widthwise, okay? So we will match that up. Line it up on your card, flip it over, and we're going to cut around the outside of that card to once again get just a really nice, easy, no measuring means of covering our card. It works great. Gotta feed my husband. We understand how that goes, Karen, feeding us spouses. My spouse feeds me most of the time, really, I gotta say, guys. I rarely cook. He's the cook of the household because he's good at it and he enjoys it, so, you know.
Sandy's comment.
What's that?
Sandy's comment.
Sandy, my nephew's a firefighter. Oh my gosh. He's been at fires in Newburgh and finally got home after 3 days. 3 days is crazy. Uh-oh, something's happening. What's going on? Are we just
I don't
buffering?
know.
Oh, we're back. 3 days is too long to be on a fire, isn't it? I mean, that just is terrifying because you think, wow. Hello, Stephanie. Welcome, welcome from Wilmington, Delaware. Okay. So we've punched out now, we're punching out our big robin with the frame. And we know that if you've got a frame on that card, at least 2 layers, you don't even need 3, but if you've got 2 layers, you can make a shaker card quickly and easily. So let's do that. We're going to pop this outside frame off. It doesn't matter if the inside frame comes off at the same time. It's okay. We can glue that down separately. I think I'm actually, yeah, there we go. I think mine is separated enough as I'm pulling it out. I think I'll glue it down separately anyway. But before we do that, let's use our frame to figure out where we want to glue this thing. We want to have it about, I'm going to say, roughly 2/3 of an inch down the page. And I'm just going to set my frame there for a minute so I know where I'm gluing my inside pieces. I'm going to get my nifty Jifty. Oh, yeah. Now make sure you fold sides to the left. That's a good tip, Margie. Okay, I'm going to grab my nifty Jifty glue bottle. By the way, there's a card maker out here who hasn't done that, who hasn't made their card get all done, and it's beautiful. And you find out that it folds on the wrong side. Is that true, guys? I've done it more times than I care to think about. I'm so sorry your nephew has to deal with all this. I worry about our firefighters because some of these guys, I'm hearing stories like that. You know, they're out there for 3 solid days. That's not even healthy. You know, not only is that just exhaustive, which is crazy, but you worry about these guys and their decision making after, you know, if they're standing on their feet doing hard manual labor and all that gear for 2 days. You know, if they're out there for 2 days, you begin to worry about exhaustion taking over their ability to make good decisions. Just imagine 3 days of that. That's crazy. I'm using my glue bottle and I'm going right along the edge of that little tiny topper. And now I'm going to go along the edge of my inside topper. I'm just putting a little glue. It doesn't take very much, which is why these little needle nose glue bottles are so valuable, because they don't dispense much at a time. And I'm going to put this down in there. Margie's back, by the way, if anybody didn't get to see. Your son-in-law is a firefighter. Well, God bless him, really. I mean, that is, these first responders, you know, and I consider these firefighters, these wild firefighters, to be among them. You know, these guys are heroes every step of the way. They really are. Once you get your glue on, guys, just drop that into the center and then peel off the outer frame. That will get you centered where you want to be. Hello, Kathy. Welcome, welcome, friend. Okay, we've done that. I'm going to stop here for just 1 second. I'm going to take a little swig of my pop because I can. Yes, the pause that refreshes. Okay. Next, we're going to build our window. So let's get that frame out in our hand. We're going to run some tape around our frame. I love square frames. Square frames are just the best because you can cover them so easily. We're going to just run a piece of adhesive down each side here. It's perfect. I do recommend tape instead of glue for this because glue doesn't always hold real well to adhesive or to acetate. So tape is the better tool of choice for this rather than the glue bottle. I do think, however, I will cap my little glue bottle so that it's not cranky with me when I go to use it. Okay. rubber tape down on there. And then we're going to peel the adhesive off. Before I peel the adhesive off, let me measure the inside of this. The inside of our square, in fact the whole dimension here, is going to be, the entire dimension is 5.5. Just the inside is about 4 3/4. Okay. Yeah, about 4.5. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to get a gauge for how big. Kathy Schuttenheim says hi, Margie.
Hi.
What I'm trying to do is get a gauge on how big I want to cut that piece of acetate. And I'll tell you why. You might not care about having to fussy cut all these little scallops, but I don't want to do it. So what I'm going to do is cut my acetate piece the right size to fit inside the scallops so I don't have to trim. Does that make sense? I don't want to cut all this little fussy stuff. So, yeah, we should move Zoe a little bit further up this way. So I look to check and see how she's doing. I'm not turning Claire around and being disrespectful to all my friends on camera. Because that's not what I'm trying to do. I just want to, since this is her first venture at this, I don't want to frustrate her.
She's whipping right through it.
Huh? She is. She's doing great. She's a natural talent. We got a big smile there. This message is held for review. Okay. Oh, wow. Alice, your message got held for review. You can show.
How
Hit
weird.
show. Yeah, there's something in there they thought might have been precarious. That's crazy. All right. Now, grab your piece of snowfall acetate out of your stack of supplies. That's the one that has the clear piece of plastic that has all the little dots on it. We're going to take that to our trimmer, and let's make... It could be fussy.
I was going to say that, Alice, and then I chose not to.
I'm going to cut this piece of acetate to 5 by 5 inches. Because I know that my frame side to side is 5.5, and my... Nope, I'm too big. I must have been an inch smaller than that. Let's see. Yeah, I got it too big at 5 by 5, so let me go... I'm going to go to 4.5 by 4.5 and try that again. I'll tell you what the measures are in a second here, guys. Because I did my mental calculation inaccurately. There we go. Is that going to be it? I'm going a little smaller. Let's go to 4.25. You're going to have all these little interesting acetate strips. Do you know what these would be good for, though? Put these in an envelope and hang on to these for your pop-up cards. Look at those. Wouldn't those be perfect in your pop-up cards? And we have new supplier for our pop-up box cards. Our new craft style is making us some pop-up box cards. So we lost our supplier with hot off the press, but we have a new one. Okay, that's our measure, guys. This is 4.25 by 4.25 that you want to go to. Sorry about all of the antics. Look at you. I look to see how Zoe's doing. She's got her stuck down and waiting for instruction over there while I'm fooling around trying to get my cutting done. Get on you, girl. I like it. Okay. Get our foam tape out. And we have these back in stock now, if you didn't notice. All right. That's kind of neat that YouTube does that, though. Mm-hmm. So you don't have one of these sex sites or something jumping in and messing up your video and embarrassing everybody.
Yeah.
So I like that. we've had some of those sites trying to leave comments, and I'm going in and reporting them and pulling them down, but we're getting a lot of comments from those guys, which is irritating. Okay, we're going to use our foam tape now, and our goal with our foam tape is to go as close as we can to the window without going into the window. And our second goal is to make sure that we cover absolutely, that our foam tapes butt up against each other really nice and tight. It just went black again. Is it just because the mouse is inactive? Is it just on our side?
No, it's sitting there, but it's on the camera side as well as the YouTube
weird.
site. So, but it goes black and then it comes right back.
Okay.
And I'm not touching anything, so I don't know what it's doing.
Is the screen going black periodically for you guys, or is it just black on this side? It might just be that our screen goes inactive on this side. So as close as you can to the window, but butt them up real tight to each other.
It was black for them too. I kind of figured it would be since we're on.
Technology, gotta love it. But technology allows us to hang out together. I say that all the time, don't I? There it went again. Crazy. It should be fine in a second.
I wonder if this is a attachment problem.
Okay, we'll be right back. We still see you in picture. Can you hear me okay? Oops, gone again, it says. I don't know what that little indicator is.
It's saying that the USB connection isn't right, but the USB is completely in. So that wouldn't affect
we're back.
our camera.
That's okay, we can work around it.
Very interesting.
We'll work around it, guys. We're pretty adaptable. You guys have to be pretty adaptable and hang in here with me to go through all the technology challenges we've been through historically. Rub that tape down good. This is the part that actually holds all our shaker elements in. So we want that tape on nice and tight. If you have one, this is the time you're going to get out your little powder bag. I'll share mine with you, Zoe. And now, what we're going to do before we take our tape off is we're going to mess up, hold it up and look how pretty that window is, because we're just about to mess it up. It's okay, guys. We'll be back in a sec. We're going to pounce that little bag around inside the window, and we're going to make it look all foggy. So I'm just pouncing it around. I'm going right around the edge of my tape. And let me tell you why we're doing this. It seems like it's just really going to mess up our shaker card, but I promise you it's not. We're going right around the edges because these rolls, these aren't too bad, but some of the tape rolls are pretty sticky on the outside edges. And we want to deactivate the sticky from the we want to deactivate the sticky on the sides. Okay? And the other thing we want to do is we want to make this screen, we've taken it from nice and crystal clear to foggy, but that's okay. You can tap off any extra powder. And then the rest of that powder is going to knock off once we put our shaker elements in and we shake it all up. It's going to knock all that powder off the window, but it's going to eliminate the static electricity inside, so we won't have everything sticking to the plastic. So that's why we do that. If you don't have one of those powder bags, your shaker card will still work, but when you can, get one, because it's just a nice tool to have. You can use this for so many things. I use it for, as you know, I use it almost all the time with my shaker cards. It's also good if you need to make something not sticky. Maybe you have a little bit of adhesive showing and you want to make it not sticky. Or maybe you want to take a sticker and you want to run it off the side of something and you don't want it to be sticky. So the little powder bag can do a good job with that. It can also make it easier to emboss things. So there's just all kinds of uses for that little powder bag. It's a good tool to have, and it's pretty cheap for as much as you'll use it. Okay, we have our window done. We have our bird down. You're wondering, will she remember to put the shaker components in? And the answer is yes. Today I will remember. So get your little shaker components baggie out. It's not going to look like a lot of filler, but it's going to be plenty for what we need. We're going to shake our little shaker components in there. And we want to, if you want to, you can also get one of your musical notes to go in there. Don't choose a humongous one. Just choose one of your, like what I'm going to take for mine, I think, is I'm going to take, let me use my little scissors for this. I'll pass them over when I'm done, Zoe. I'm going to take one of these little musical notes off the end of this little piece because it's smaller. And I don't want it to take over the inside of my card, but I do kind of like having a little musical note to kind of tie together with the robin who's going along whistling. I guess he's whistling. Maybe he's singing outright. And I'm just going to take that little musical note off the end. It's just being not nice.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to just turn it off and then come back on again because there's
There we
nothing
go.
else
We're
in
back.
the connection.
Well, let's wait till we're between things.
Okay.
Then we'll just take a quick break and do that. Okay, so I'm going to drop my musical note in there. Did you get that okay? Oh, she's already on it. Look at her go. You're the best, Zoe. You're just doing great. Okay, I'm going to peel my tape. Peeling my tape off. Alice had a reminder ready just in case I was about to mess up. Alice, I just got to tell you, girl, you are the best. You help me by reminding people to leave a thumbs up. You help me by reminding people that they should sign up for the newsletter. You are just the best. I really, 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 really appreciate you. And I miss you when you're not here. So thank you for being here most of the time, because you're just the best. That's just all there is to it. This is really sticky tape on this, but I got it a little crooked, and now, okay, now I'm going to have to make a decision. Okay, mine's going to be a little different than yours, guys, because I got it on crooked, and then I pulled up my center tape and bent it. But, you know, this is how things work. My little robin is going to have a white border around him, and it looks fine. I don't get excited about stuff like this. I just alter the plan. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes you just got to alter the plan, right? So we're going to peel our tape off. You already did it. You're so good. Okay, we're going to peel our tape off. We're going to center this over the top. Once we got it on there, push that down nice and firmly all the way around to make sure that really gets a good connection and a good seal. Then flip it over and shake it. She's the best. I'm just so pleased. You know, thank you, Atlas. You're just so sweet. I was going to send you a thank you card, but I'm just going to do it on camera right here to tell you I really appreciate you. I really appreciate all of you guys and your support for our small family business and hanging out here with me on Thursdays and Saturdays and having so much fun together. I love you guys. I really do. There we go. See? Our window's all clean again. Our little musical note is running around in there, being fun. And we have those. Do you like these little shaker components we sent you this time? I like these. They are a little more staticky than the others, so I'm really, really glad we used the pillow today because they're sticking a little anyway. and they would just be stuck all over the glass, actually. All right, it does. It worked out just fine. See
Looks
there?
good.
That little white border looks fine. It just looks like I matted it. Happy accident.
Okay, can I turn it off and turn it back on again?
Nope, we got to put our border on. Margie's getting all anxious to
Well, that's 'cause
turn
it's
us
black-
off for just
it's
a second
black
and bring us
again.
back because this buffering is driving her crazy. Stick with me here for a second, guys. Go ahead and pull out your season's greeting. And we're going to put go ahead and use your foam tape on the back of this so it'll be the same height. You can either put one strip down the middle or two side by side would be good on this. Either way you want to go. Depends on whether you need to conserve materials. Did somebody get new puppies? Did Annette get new puppies? Who got new puppies? Annette, did you get new puppies? Look at Alice. Quickly and diplomatically change the subject. Okay. Peel the tape there. Oh, your daughter's pets. You did say that you were living in something akin to the Ark. Oh, it's like that every day at our house. We have 3 of our own cats, and Grandpa brought 2 cats, Bob, when he came, and we have our dog, and we have our goat. But that's actually the least pets we've had in a while, other than Bob's 2 cats. So we have 5 cats, a dog, and a goat in our house. Well, the goat's not in our house, but at our household. And then when Margie's family is here, we have 3 extra dogs. So we have 4 dogs, 5 cats, and a goat. Yeah, I thought I'm missing something, but I'm not. Oh, 2 dogs, 3 cats, and a bunny. Okay, well, you guys are getting there. Don't give up hope. Bob was teasing me and told me that he ordered, because we're building him this catio. I think I told you guys about that, where his cats and our cats don't necessarily get along well. So we're building an extension to our deck, and we're building him a catio out there where he'll have a door from his room, and the cats will have a door from his room, and they'll be able to go out into this enclosed deck area. And yeah, he was teasing me, and he told me that he had ordered 5 more cats and another goat just for the sake of it. We were really hoping he was kidding.
I think you need chickens.
Oh, we need chickens?
Yeah, we should add in some chickens.
Yeah, we could. That could be done if it were wise. I don't know if it's wise. Okay, we have a shaker card. Like Alice just said, you need a few chickens. Oh, somebody's got us outnumbered, though. Diane has 9 rescue cats and 1 rescue dog. So you got me outnumbered, Diane. But there's hope for me, you know. Great minds, Margie, she says. Okay, this screen's going to go black for a second while Margie resets the setting here to hopefully clear up the black screen phenomenon we're experiencing. You might be able to still see me, or maybe hear me through the picture-in-picture. I'm not sure.
Be able to.
So we can chat. We'll just chat here. We have 2 cards done already. Is that fun? Yeah. Do you love them? Uh-huh. Aren't they fun? I'll see, you've got your first 2 Christmas cards made. Yay, yay. I love doing this. It's just great fun, I think. Okie dokie. I'm going to take a swig of my pop again. Oh, now I have no picture-in-picture. Yep, I'm back. As soon as I stick the straw in my mouth.
And we should be back now.
Okay. Oh, Alice says, look out, Zoe. Debbie's going to hook you on card making.
That is bizarre.
All right. I live for it, Alice. I do. I live for it. Okay. Time to get our rocker card out, guys. And a rocker card is this big oval.
Debbie, we're not ready yet.
Oh, we're not ready
I
yet.
have no idea why it is going in slow motion and so far
Oh,
behind.
isn't that interesting?
Yes, we're not ready yet. So let's do that
Let's
again.
call Bryce too. Let's call Bryce. You guys can commiserate on what's happening there. Yeah. Well, Bryce, where are you?
I might have to just turn off the camera and turn it back on again.
We need you.
He's cooking. And now it's speeding up. Look at that.
Oh,
How
looky
odd.
there. Yay. Okay. How we doing, guys? Everybody back to normal speed?
Not quite. There's still a little
It's going to be a little catch up for you guys to get to where I am, because now she's full speed, LOL. I have sometimes equated myself to being sloth-like.
This is crazy.
Okay.
Maybe
All
we'll
right.
totally catch up here in just a second.
Yeah, I'm going to give this a minute to catch up with where I am, because,
Yeah, isn't that odd?
yeah.
Can you move your hands for me again, Debbie? No, it's still in a lag.
I could make little, hand puppet things, shadow puppets. Thank you, Diane. Appreciate your patience, guys. Technology. We're first and foremost card makers, not technical whiz kids. And this is, it's crazy to do all this stuff, but we're learning.
So
Okay.
our next option is if we still have a problem, I'll have to turn off the camera and turn it back on.
Well,
on
let's
the
just see
computer.
how we do.
So
Let's see how
see.
we do moving forward. Yeah. Hi, Mary. Welcome, friend. Thanks for all your beautiful product reviews, Mary. This is a good time to tell you guys while I'm waiting for the camera to catch up. Hey, if you guys would do me the favor of posting product reviews on the website for the products you got, that will really be an enhancement to everybody in the community. I love that. Mary just wrote some beautiful product reviews, but they don't have to be super fancy. Mary's are, but they don't have to be. Just, tell people it's a good product or it's not a great product. I like it or not so much. It's kind of a 5-star system. Tell us what you think and tell us honestly. I reserve the right to respond if it's, if you hated something. I might ask you, did you do this? But that's okay. That's all part of the we work together and we kind of educate each other side of things. And I always look at product reviews when I'm buying things. I don't know about you guys, but I like to have that option available for people. Now, let's get this card blank out. And remember how we talked about kind of pre-folding on the score lines? We're not going to actually fold stuff initially. We're just going to kind of lightly bend it right on the score lines. And what that's going to do, guys, is keep us from bending this card all to heck and back when we start trying to fold it. And so let's pre-score those score lines because it's going to help us not to crease our card when we go to actually fold it. So let's just pre-bend each of those little areas and then we can start folding them in earnest. But I think it's always good to kind of pre-fold these score lines on these specialty cards. Because some of them are fairly intricate. This is actually a fairly intricate fold. It's not a difficult fold, but thank you, Mary. Well, I loved them. They made me feel great when I read them, but that's not the purpose of the review. The review is to actually, give others your honest feedback, and I believe you did. But it's just nice. Okay, once you've pre-folded, see how this kind of tried to fold in the back here? The pre-fold helps a little bit with that. Now let's start easing those in. You're going to start with a mountain fold in the front. Then you're going to have these little valleys. Then all of these are going to be mountain folds. And when I say mountain folds, I mean that there's going to be a peak at the top and then it comes down. Okay? So we're going to pre-fold all those in. Once we kind of have that mountain fold in the back, then we can kind of press these in and we're safe.
So, Debbie, this is your Adorable Scorable cardstock.
Yes, this is Adorable Scorable cardstock.
And what I found is with the intricate work for some of these dies that fold and crease, like you know, I like to make some of my own bases. I really appreciate that this stuff doesn't crack. You don't see any cracking. You don't see part of the white insides.
Can you guys all hear? Can you guys all hear Margie okay? Because she's making a really important point about this Adorable Scorable. Did you guys all hear her? A chance to respond there because I think we're quite yeah. Okay.
So
okay, good.
What I found is that that there aren't cracks, so you don't end up seeing white through. And I know that with some other cardstock that absolutely does happen. And so if you're wanting to run dies to make your own cards, I highly recommend that you look into the Adorable Scorable cardstock that Debbie has.
Thank you. That's a
You're
great
welcome.
tip to everybody. And that really is important because if you've tried it with other heavy cardstock, because you want your base to be pretty heavy to hold all the elements and not just kind of collapse under the weight of everything you put on them. So you want a pretty heavy cardstock. And that cracking along there, you know, if it literally cracks, sometimes it just weakens the paper down to where you only have like one layer there. So this Adorable Scorable is good stuff. So thank you for that. For those of you who don't know, the reason Adorable Scorable is so awesome is because they're using a heavy card base, but then they're actually covering it with a film. And that film is what keeps it from cracking and feathering at the score lines, which is pretty cool. So you never see the inside white core. Now, this next step is optional. I chose to do it on mine. See my rocker card here, and you compare it to my base? I actually trimmed out this piece where you see the back. So I just took my scissors and trimmed that around to just make that go around the corner. Just because I wanted that nice roundness. This is actually, this base that we're using is from Tattered Lace. We have these in the store, so if you wanted to be able to make your own rocker cards continually, or you like this little ruffly edge, I do like that the Tattered Lace puts on these.
And here's something very important. It comes with a teacup and teapot.
Oh, Margie is crazy about teacups and teapots. And this comes with a teapot set. So, yes. But if you love this die, or this card when you're done, I'll link the die set. It's not cheap. It's an investment. But you can make rocker cards anytime you want. For those of you who may want to make an occasional rocker card but don't think you'll do it very often, I have really good news. Hunkydory discontinued these cards, I'm going to say 3 or 4 years ago. We haven't been able to get them for a long time. Well, it just buffered again. I just talked to Adam, who is the president of Hunkydory, and I said to him, Adam, my friend, are you ever going to bring those back? And he said, I don't think so. And I said, that's disappointing, Adam, because we really like those cards, and we would really like to have them back. And he said, if you buy this many of them, I will make them for you. And so we have a special order in. They are in the process right now of making us rocker cards, and we will have, I confirmed with him, we will be exclusive. He's not going to offer them to anybody else, and they're not going to sell them on their website. We will be the only ones who have Hunkydory rocker cards back. So yay Adam and yay us. We are going to, oh yeah, I'll do a little happy dance when they come in, and we'll put them in the newsletter. So, or in the newsletter, or in the probably What's New Wednesday. But yeah, isn't that cool? So we're going to have these little rocker card bases again, and I agree with whoever it was. Alice said rocker cards would be great for baby cards. Wouldn't that just be awesome? Make a little baby announcement baby card out of that.
Yeah, we could do that. For
Baby's first Christmas. How cool is that? I mean, Lily deserves a rocker card for her first Christmas. Yeah. Okay, something for her book. Okay. All right, now we're going to cover this thing. Oh boy. Here we go. Alice says, okay, Margie, get creative. All right, let's put some tape across the top. I want tape down this side.
Can you show which side it's on the? There you go. Thank you.
I'm going to put tape on this side. I'm just basically going around the outside edge, Zoe.
Okay.
I just want my tape, I just want my cardstock to hold nicely all the way around and not have any gaps. And I don't need to completely cover it. This is not a shaker card, although it'd be really cute to have a shaker on here too, so your card rattles. A baby card with a rattle. Oh, what fun that would be, wouldn't it? Ah. Yeah. So, anyway, this is not a shaker card at present. So I just put in a couple little extra pieces of tape here around the bottom. I don't have to contour that all in. I just want my cardstock to stick there. So I'm putting a little adhesive all the way around. Now, I'm going to peel my adhesive, or peel my paper off my finger lift tape. And we are going to, a Noah's Ark for baby's room. A Noah's Ark could be really, really cute baby card too, wouldn't it? For any age baby, clear up to
A young
me.
child. You work too.
You know, we talk about all this. Oh, baby! Put in the word baby as a shaker elements. See,
Yeah.
we get on a theme and we go with it, guys. I love it. So many great ideas. This does kind of look like a Noah's Ark, though, I gotta say.
It would work great.
And I think this card is less than 6 inches. You actually have, it is, no, it's a little over 6 inches. You might have to do a little paper piecing. But in your book, that paper book we did in the box cards, remember that heavy dark wood background paper? There's your background for your ark.
Yeah.
Oh, what fun we have. We need a shaker rocker card. When we get our new ones, we'll come up with something, Alice. We'll make ourselves a shaker card.
We still have to finish the rest of Festive Moments. We could
That
maybe
is
come up
true.
with something.
That is true. We might come up with something even before, because Margie reminds me we're still working on the Festive Moments collection. I have one set left to do in the Santa and Friends. Okay, now you can see what I'm doing here, guys. Here's what I did, Zoe. My fold is at this edge, but make sure your fold gets covered, even if you have to trim some off.
What side is that?
This is on the front side where we just put the tape as against our cardstock in the back. Yeah, and you want it be above this line. So see that line right there? I want it above this line.
Flip it around the other way so they can see what the line is that you're talking about.
Maybe we could, now I can't quite see it in the light. This line right here, I want to be above this line. You have plenty of material here. I actually could have gone just a little bit higher and butted up against this edge. But we want to be in just this corner here. That's where we want that to be. Okay? You with me, guys? Yours is going to be great. Look at you go. Wow. She's a natural talent, I'm telling you, Margie. Okay. Now we're going to clip it out. That might seem ominous. It's not that bad, guys. Reach in with your scissors and clip down next to the straight line and come in from the side. Both of those actually are even on the side. Just don't clip your folds, but come in from the side and take this piece out. It's actually not that bad. It just looks hard, but it's not really. I can come clear from the side to clip this side if I want to, because I'm not going to use this tiny little panel on the side for anything. And I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to clip up to my center line. I'm going to come down here in the center, and I'm going to clip down to that line I just created. And I'm there. That looks pretty good. I have a little bit of extra material at the top. I'm going to get rid of this. So we're just cutting around a piece. I have a little bit of extra right here at this top. Maybe smaller scissors. If you need smaller scissors, Zoe, holler. I'll hand you these.
I've got some over here. Do you want some, Zoe? Yes, please.
I'm going to just trim this up just a little bit. There we go. Between your big scissors and your little scissors, you ought to be able to get in around there. And now we're just going to do our normal thing, and we're going to cut around the edge. So I'm just going to follow the contours of my card, and I'm just going to cut around the edge here. Okay? Everybody doing all right? Oh. Okay. Coming around the corner here. And we've got our faced card. Now you guys may have noticed that we had this funny cream color background. You can see, because we're covering the entire front of the card, it doesn't really matter. So when we went down to pull some cardstock, we noticed that we actually had quite a lot of this cream color there. And we said, well, shoot, let's use it up. You know, let's use some of that. So
a lot of that
it doesn't
and
matter.
Gray color, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what color your base is unless you care what color the back of the card is. Most of us don't give a rip about that. I do think in our new craft style verses, there's a baby verse or two that'd be really cute inside this. Okay, now we're going to make our little inserts for these tabs. Let's measure that. I know it's an unusual thing to hear me say I measure anything. But these little clip out pieces should help us make those inserts. They're 1 inch wide and they're 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches and 3/4 high. So I need some little insert paper, and just grab some of these scraps, guys, and cut yourself some inserts. So I want one that's,
Whatever little pieces.
excuse me?
It's just
Oh.
the edges
So I'm going to
maybe-
cut myself
maybe
one that's
test
1.5
it
inches
and-
high out of this scrap. And I need it to be, oops, yeah, I need it to be 1.5 inches tall. And I need it to be 1 inch wide. I need it to be just 1 inch wide. So I'm cutting myself a little scrap there. Oh, how did I do that? I told you guys before that I lose all ability to measure when I'm teaching a class. I make these cards for a living. I mean, I do this all day, every day. So you would think that measuring would not be a problem for me. But when I go to make cards in a class,
1.25 inches.
I inevitably measure stuff wrong. So bear with me. Back in the days when I used to teach in a classroom, my challenge then was that you walk up to the board with a pen in your hand and you'd lose all ability to spell. I'm a great speller generally. I'm not a great typist, so you see lots of typos in my stuff. But I'm a pretty good speller. But I lose all ability to spell when you walk to a whiteboard. It just happens. Diane, you know, yeah, you know. So when I'm doing a live stream, I found that my nemesis here is not the whiteboard, because that's not my tool. My nemesis in live stream classes is my ability to measure. I've just gotten used to it, learned I have to laugh it off because it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. And That's okay. You guys forgive me my faults. Okay, I'm putting my little tab in there. I cut myself a strip that will fit this one. It's 1 inch wide. Instead of having the challenge of getting my measurement just right, I cut it 1 inch wide and I trimmed off the extra. That's probably the easier way to do this one, guys. I'm going to cut myself another one out of scraps. Now that would be cute. I didn't think of this before, but I could use this because it's not being used for something else. I think this would be really cute. I might use this part with the line. I like that. I'm going to use this part with I could either use that or I could use this, which is also really cute.
I like that.
You like this one? Well, let's do this one. I'm going to use this and one of these little pieces here for my outside tabs, just because I think they're really cute. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut this 1 inch wide. You've seen it before, guys. I give you a sample card, and then I kind of just remake it when we make it together, because sometimes that's fun. But we're just cutting little 1 inch wide strips to fit. Try not to get into this part too much, because we're going to use from 6 inches here, which still means we have a lot of room. We are going to use both sides of this down here. So up to that point, you've got anything you need to use, okay?
It took longer this time.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to glue this in. You guys know what we're doing right now. We're all just trimming these panels. So I'm going to put this little sweater kind of cable knit right here. I'm going to let that get nice and tacky and stick there for a while. And then I'm going to trim it off when it's dry. So I'm going to cut myself a piece. It goes to there. I've got plenty of room. I'll stick it under there. Oh, that's weird. There we go. Okay, I'm going to cut myself a piece that's 1 inch wide.
So Katie came in and said hello.
Excuse me?
I don't know if you caught that Katie came in and said hello. And somebody wants to know where Teddy is.
Hi, Katie and Kim. Teddy's in the house. I'm on slow motion again.
I know.
We'll see if it catches up here momentarily.
Hey guys, I have a technical question. When it goes into the slow mode or fast forwarding mode, trying to catch up, is the is our microphone doing it at the right pace, or is it slowed way down or fast forwarded? Do we sound like chipmunks?
It might sound like chipmunks when it speeds up. Right pace, Ruth says.
Good.
So we can still talk to you even when it's
good.
buffering. So that's good.
It's going to go black
Okay.
one more time.
Everybody says sound is fine, microphone is normal, and the video's affected. Okay, good. It's going to go dark here as Margie tries again to fix it.
We're in a slow spot where we're gluing, so I thought that might be a good time.
Yeah, gluing's a good time because it'll just take us a minute to just cut these pieces, and you can cut these however you want, really, guys. I mean, truly. You can use any material you want. So I'm going to trim this first one that I did. Did you get some detail scissors? You did, good. Okay. I said I'd pass these over and then completely forgot I said that. Okay. There we go. It's a little extra right there. In the center. Okay, I'm dead stopped now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
I got you undone.
Okay. Well, that's good then. It's intentional.
Mhm.
I got it. Okay. I need one more little 1-inch piece. See what I can come up with here. Gonna be high enough? No, that's not gonna be high enough. I think I still have some to spare over here. That's little scraps. Okay. This has to be 6 inches wide. Oh, I have plenty of room. Okay. That's still moving now. Okay. Oh, when all else fails, improvise. Okay, because I messed up that first cut, my leftover piece that I had wasn't quite long enough, or wasn't quite wide enough. So what I'm going to do is just improvise a little bit. I'm going to put this piece in, and then I'm going to rescue a piece of border, and I'm going to use that same piece of border on both of my cards. So I'm just going to put a little bit of, I'm just going to make it a little bit different, because that's what we do.
Can you show them what you were looking at that would be different? Turn your
Yeah,
card.
I will momentarily. Yep. Here's my problem. My strip that I had left of usable paper, because I need to leave 6 inches that I'm not touching for our other 2 cards. The piece that I had left was a little bit narrow. So I'm going to cut myself another border, and I'm going to just create this border on both sides so it looks like I did it on purpose. Because that's what I do. That's what I do when I mess something up. So I'm going to take this and put it here, because I think that will be fun. And I like it the other way. I'm going to put this here. I'm just going to layer it right over the top there. I'm going to take this border piece, I'm going to glue this in. Then I'm going to take this other border piece. First I gotta fix it. And I'm going to glue it in on the other side and make it look like I did this all on purpose.
I love watching you go in super fast forward motion, and Diane likes you in slow motion.
I think I like me at regular pace personally.
Yeah.
I think that would be my preference, regular pace. But
would
you
agree
know,
with that.
beggars can't be choosy, and I'll take what I can get.
If
As I get to play with my friends, I don't care really. Picture in picture speeding up now. Yeah, I'm not that fast, guys. Alrighty. So I'll show you what I did here in detail in a second. And I did that because my piece wasn't wide enough. But you know, we're crafters, we're creative, we just fix things. We just do other stuff when we have to. Because it's what we do. It doesn't always do this, but it gives us wanky problems to deal with.
It
'Cause
could be all the smoke.
it's
I think so. See that? Who got puppies? That's the same reaction I had, Mary. Who got puppies? Wait, I need info.
so they can hear us, but the
Oh, you
picture
can hear us?
might
Cool.
still be.
I think Annette was talking about her daughter's puppies. I think that's what I was hearing, but I'm not certain of it. Okay. See, I'm going to make it look like I did it on purpose. How'd yours turn out? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I like the way you alternated your papers. That's fun. Creative.
I like how it rocks back and forth.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. I could sit here and play with that all day.
I hear ya. Okay. Let's see. Gone again.
Yeah.
We can see you too. Hopefully it comes back. Oh, there I am. Hi. Okay,
There's
we're
you.
back. Hello. Okay, do I need to greet everybody again? I'd be happy to. I think you'd probably rather see what I just did to fix my boo-boo. Okay. There it is. Okay. That's catching up with me. All right. This is what I did to fix my mistake. Remember over here I came up, it wasn't wide enough. So I took my leftover scraps, I cut these two edges, and I put the dots pattern in to widen that out. I just did the same thing on both sides. Now it looks like I did it on purpose. Here's my original. Here's this one. I actually think this one's going to be cooler. All right, let's decorate. Let's do some decorating. We need our topper off of our sheet. We're going to use this one, but we're using it without the big border. So here we go. I'm just popping this out. I can use that other border. You know, this is so generic with the red snowflakes. You could use this with a lot of different things. So that's fun. Oh, actually, we did use it. We used it on one of the other cards. Because, you know, you can't waste something beautiful. Okay. Actually, now that I look at this, guys, I could have, if I had chosen to, and I remembered this, I could have just put the white part where it was showing to the inside here because this topper's big enough it overlaps most of it. But that's okay. As it is, I'm going to set my topper up so that it is centered between my two lines. You're just going to center it between these two posts. And let's glue that on. I actually foam taped that on my card. You can do what you like. If you want to foam tape it, you can. I think it actually gives it a little extra dimension, which is kind of fun. What do I do with my foam squares? I always lose stuff on my desk. It just must be done. We are good at improvising, Mary. It's what we do, isn't it? Yep, I agree. I'm going to put my foam squares on the center instead of on my topper because my topper comes out over my center. And this way, I don't have to look at my topper and figure out where to place these. I'm just going to put them directly on the page we're going to. This is a nice big topper. It doesn't require a huge number of foam squares. I am going to want some on the top and on the bottom, so I'm going to come down a little ways and put a couple more because I don't want my topper to be floppy at the bottom. So I'm going to put one there. I'm going to, on my sample, I made it even. And, yeah, on my sample I made it even. You could make it higher if you wanted to go a little higher. You certainly could. That actually kind of looks rather cool to step it up a little bit more. You're going to have to use an oversized envelope for this anyway. So what did we send you for an envelope? I guess the answer is we matched the envelopes to the cards so you can go as high as it will fit in your envelope, which easily will accommodate going over that edge. But just measure it with your envelope to see how far you can go, okay? I'm fine here. And I kind of like it stepped up a little bit. This is going to be a totally different card than the one I originally designed, but that's okay. That's cool. I like it. Yes, happy accidents. Don't you just love Bob Ross? All these years after he was on television, we all still quote him.
My son watches him all the time.
I love Bob Ross.
Yeah, me too.
Zoe loves Bob Ross too. Happy trees. He's one of those people that makes you feel good about the world when you're watching him, doesn't he? I think he does. He makes you feel good. Bob Ross. No mistakes, just happy accidents. Yeah, I agree, Stephanie. I think it looks better higher. So I'm going to do that. I am going to put my envelope underneath so I can make sure that I get it high as I want without going too high, that it won't fit my envelope.
Which envelope is it?
It's one of the bigger envelopes, Zoe.
Okay.
And now I'm going to center it between my two posts, and yeah, that's going to be a good fit. And I do like that. Look at that. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, and it gives me a little more room for my Have a Rockin' Christmas down here. So I'll be putting that up on some foam squares. My Have a Rockin' Christmas here. Yeah, it's just a better fit all the way around. What a good idea. Whoever suggested that. Yay. Oh, your husband gets up at 5 a.m. to watch Bob Ross? Now that's a loyal fan. I might still be up at 5 and watch Bob Ross if I knew where he was. Maybe PBS, I'm guessing. But, yeah. I wouldn't get up to watch him, but I might stay up and watch him. Yeah, he's good. You know, he does have a calming voice. Kind of like a Mr. Rogers voice. Doesn't he? Yeah. There's really a lot the same in the two of them, if you think about it. Just Bob Ross was doing the calming routines for adults, where Mr. Rogers was doing them for kids, although I must confess I did watch Mr. Rogers. I wouldn't get up and change it if Mr. Rogers came on, because I liked Mr. Rogers. It's gorgeous. Look at you go. Okay, now we're going to glue a few of our embellishments on. You can do these any way you like. You have plenty of embellishments. I just really broke up the packs and divvied them up between everybody. So you should have more than enough embellishments to do all our cards. And I'm going to, you will see in places you need to cut the tags off these, because for some reason they had these cut out with little dots to thread them. But just trim them up as necessary and get rid of the little dots and things on them. You know, little hangers. And I'm going to put this one up over the edge of my card. I did really like the way that looks. So I'm going to put this up over the edge. Yes. How many of you have seen that Tom Hanks movie? He nailed Mr. Rogers. He really, really did. He totally nailed Mr. Rogers. I loved that movie. That was a feel-good movie. Oh my God. Adeline Cooper got I like your small scissors. Approve the comment. I like your small scissors. Thank you, Adeline. These are cutter bees. We have them in the store. This is another must-have tool. You guys know that I love my cheap, big scissors. These are Scotch. I love these things. You can buy these for like $5 a pair. We have them. They have them at Costco. They have them on Amazon. But really, really, really good cheap scissors. But then I have to have a pair of precision scissors that just get in all those little nooks and crannies that I really want. I have this one, my cutter bees. This is my go-to. And then for super tiny stuff, I have my little hobby journal scissors. These are the ones that we sold you in the Dot and Do kit. And I love these too. These are really good for cutting, fussy cutting. So I actually have 3 main scissors. I have many pairs of each in this classroom, but those are the scissors I love. These are so sharp and so pointed that they actually send you a scissor guard with these. Okay, so I got my musical note on. I'll link those in the newsletter for anybody who might want to find them. They're really good. I was afraid for a while they were going to stop making them because I couldn't get them for a while, but then they brought them back and I was happy again. Once again, I was happy. Because you know me, I can be kind of whiny when I'm not. You've heard, right?
All you have to say to her right about now is no Christmas inserts.
Oh, well, you've heard me whine about that. I'm waiting for my shipment to get here from Hunkydory. Then I'll have Christmas inserts. But I'll just have to insert my cards after the fact, and you won't necessarily be able to see me do anything creative with the inserts because I didn't get any. Mary loves her cutter bees too. Yeah, they're good. They're good. All right. Here we go. I'm going to put I don't know what notes these are. You guys all do, probably. But I'm going to put that musical note down there because I like that. I'm going to put one of these ones with a flag. Is that a half note with a flag, Margie? Is that a half note?
Yeah.
Yeah? I guessed one right.
It looks like it. I can't quite tell.
Yeah, I don't know any musical things,
that's-
guys. I already told you I don't sing and I don't play an instrument. I took dance. 5 years of dance lessons. My parents thought I got so tall so fast as a kid. I was tall and gangly, and they thought by putting me in dance lessons it might help me be more coordinated. 5 years of up. 8th note with the flag. Okay. All right. See, I don't know. I really don't know. And I envy so much people with musical talent. I really do. I love music. I just have zero talent for it. So I stick with the things I have some talent for. But I do envy those of you who have lots of musical talent because I think that's wonderful. Okay. I'm going to put one with... Now, I turned some of these... I changed what they were. I took... Because I wanted to make my little musical notes go as far as possible, I'm cutting the hanger off the bottom of this one. And I'm going to turn this into a single musical note here. I'm just going to clip up. And then the one beside it becomes one with 2 flags, which I'm sure you guys know what that's called, and I don't. But I'm going to cut this one. And I'm creating one that has 2 flags on it. Maybe not perfect, but you know it's enough. It's close enough for what we're using it for.
Mary wants to know if the cutter bee scissors, if you've sharpened yours yet.
I haven't had to sharpen them. No. I have one I'm going to have to do something with, but I will tell you that I love this thing from a cheap scissors, the Fiskars. It didn't work very good on the cutter bees. It just didn't. It works great on the cheap scissors. I think this almost needs to be sharpened like on a knife sharpener. That would be my guess, or professionally sharpened maybe. But, by the time you pay to have it professionally sharpened, you can probably replace it for, it might cost you more to sharpen them professionally than it costs for those. I might try taking it in and using a 16th note if it's 2 flags. Thank you, Alice.
Annette, I'm right there with you. The hair cutting scissors and the fabric scissors don't touch.
Yeah. I'm going to hang this off the top a little bit, and then I'm going to bring my other musical note down a little bit. You don't need an awful lot of these on one card. In fact, my sample may have had too many. I think I'm going to tone it down a little bit from what I had on my sample and just go. In fact, I think I'm going to bring this out here a little bit. I'm going to hang it over the edge just for interest. And I might bring one more note down here. Do I even want it? Yeah, I probably need one more because I have an even number of elements. So I always like them to be odd. So I'm going to put this one... Where do I want to put this one? Maybe I'm going to put it clear down here by my greeting. That might be kind of fun. What do you think about that? I kind of like it. Okay. All right. Here's the original. Oh, here's the original. Here's the re-engineered. They have a decidedly similar appearance, but on this one, I used the alternate means of layering those pieces. I do like that a lot. And on this one, I used more musical notes. This one's higher. I think they'll both rock equally well. Let's see if they don't. Yeah, I think they rock equally well. We really, if it weren't for licensing issues, we'd have Rockin' Robin playing in the back while we made these. I thought for a second I heard a little beep. I thought maybe that Alexa was going to start Rockin' Robin.
Now she might.
Now she might, because I said her name. Okay, you guys ready to move on? How you doing? So you can always glue your notes on later too. So let's move on to our next one. She's just doing so well. I can't believe you have not made cards before. You're rocking over there, kiddo. And it has nothing to do with making a Rockin' Robin card. All right. Let's see. Let's bring this one in. We're going to fold it. And we're going to put it on our card. It won't quite fit widthwise, so I'm going to go lengthwise. I always check the width because it gives me a bigger scrap to use for something else, but this time we have to go lengthwise. We're going to cover this card in our shiny, sparkly paper called, what do we call it in the store, Margie? It used to be called Glimmer, and we call it Shimmer. Yeah.
Shimmer.
It's the same paper that Hot Off the Press used to sell by the sheet. We have a little lower price, which is cool. And we have lots more colors, which is very cool. Just a few minutes ago, I decided to sharpen my cutter bee scissors with that scissor sharpener, and I can attest to the fact that it did a good job of sharpening because I stabbed my finger out. Oh, I'm sorry, Sandy. You used this one? Or you used a sharpener in the house? What did you use? Because I haven't gotten a good sharpen on mine yet. You used this one. Maybe I need to try again. Okay. I'm sorry it hurt your finger, though. That sounds like something I'd do. Oh, bless your heart. Okie dokie. Oops, I said I wasn't going to say that anymore. It's a hard habit to break, isn't it? That's all right. Thank goodness for Band-Aids. Yep, Band-Aids, and I always used to put, what is it?
Neosporin?
Neosporin on everything. I called it Mommy's Magic Lotion. We're gone again, but we'll be right back. Okay. Alrighty. I got my red paper on my card. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to follow my card from the back as soon as I get the musical notes out of my tape, which I just taped into my card. I think it might stay there now because I don't like lifting this tape once I put it down. It really ruins your paper. So I try really hard not to lift my tape once I put it down. I'll work on many kinds of other fixes, but I don't lift my tape unless I absolutely have to, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to destroy your card if you do. Okie dokie. I did it again. I said I wasn't going to do it, and I did it. I'm sorry. I try. I really try. Okay. These robins are going to be the base of our card. We know that our cardstock is 4 1/8. This means that these robins are going to be 3 7/8 to start with, and then I cut them down further if I want to. But no, that's a good size there. I'm going to have to trim my length a little bit, and clearly I have way more on this side than I do this side, so this side gets trimmed. This card is 5 7/8 inches wide. So I'm going to go to 5 and just a little bit over 5/8. Just a little bit over, and check it, and then I can come down further if I want to. Oh, I'm liking that right there. That's good. Okay. Wow, you got a bunch of glue bottles there, kiddo. Was your glue not behaving?
Yeah.
Oh, it was jamming up. So Margie's got you well equipped over there now.
Yes, she does.
Okay. Not all of my glue bottles have been used regularly since our Crafty Friends haven't been coming in. So some of them kind of clog up in the tips a little bit. You have to clean them every once in a while. The great solution to that would be to be able to have my Crafty Friends back, but not quite yet. Sorry. But it's okay, Debbie. It's who you are and we love you. Oh, thank you. Worst cut I ever got was putting scissors through cardboard. Oh, icky. I'm sorry. I'm going to wait just a minute here. How we doing?
Good.
Okay, this time, this is a nice heavy card. I'm not worried about it showing lines too much. I'm going to go ahead and put glue on the back of this. We could use our tape flags, but we're going to just go ahead and glue this time because we're making a lot of cards and it's faster. So I'm going to put my glue line down there. Now remember what we do to keep that from showing a ridge. Just run your finger around that glue a little bit. Smooth it out. Then you won't get a ridge under there where you glued it. Center it on there. And we're good. Okay. Get the glitter off of my fingers. All right. Now, we have plenty of embellishments left. And some of these are really big, but you know what you can do, guys, is you can just trim them off. You know, this great big note might be too big for our card, but we can still trim it off and make, you know, symbolic notes out of them. They don't have to be huge. And you have lots of these. Now look at these silver ones. You can use the silver ones as they are. And they're, this one I have right in my hand is kind of a champagne color. Some of you got silver, some of you got kind of the champagne color. I can use them the color they are, but I tell you what works really, really well. If you got a Sharpie handy, you can color these. And I can turn these completely black. I'm going to get some scratch paper to put under here. The other things I've stained my mat here with, I can clean off with some Mr. Clean. I just never have done it yet. But this alcohol ink isn't coming off if I get this on there. So I'm literally just coloring this to make it black. I'll put one coat on, then I'll put another coat on. And then I'll have plenty of musical notes. You're going to have more than you need for your cards in your kit, just because I didn't know you might wanted to do it differently than I did. So I just split up some packs and added them. I think we have a few of these musical notes left if you love these and want them for other cards. I think we have a few packs of these. They're actually pretty generous how many you get per pack. In fact, I'm sure we have some more because I remember listing what was left. So I'll link these in the newsletter in case anybody wants some. They come in a little clamshell and you get about 3 times as many as you got in your kits because I think I broke each pack into 3 kits. It's kind of fun. I love musical notes on Christmassy things because music is such a big part of Christmas. So see there how well these just color with a Sharpie. I like the black notes the most, but they didn't put an awful lot of them in there, so I just thought I'd show you what I did. I colored them. I'm going to finish coloring it because I want to use these notes on my card. And the alcohol ink stays on really well. No pun of stays on, which is also alcohol ink. I think that's why they call it stays on, because it stays on. That little bit of wisdom is no extra charge, guys. Margie's got her head in her hands again. They say to me, oh my gosh, where'd we find you? And I say, but aren't you glad you did? But aren't you just glad you did?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Alrighty. I'm coloring them up here. Just keep adding layers till you get them as dark as you like. It's actually, they're not bad looking if they actually have some little streaks in them too. They're kind of cool. But color till you get what you like. Just a black Sharpie, guys. This is a cheap knockoff version of a Sharpie, but it's still alcohol ink that I'm using. No charge for that one, Sharpie Company. Okay. Sorry to keep you waiting while I colored this, but it didn't teach you anything if I was doing it off camera, so I just decided to do it on camera.
Well, now your notes are kind of off camera.
Oh, I've worked them right off to the side. Thank you, Margie.
You're welcome.
They give me bigger and bigger space to work on my desk, and I still manage to get out of camera shot. You guys holler at me when you catch me doing that. Mary, I love that about your friend. I got Band-Aids out here in the shop. I've got them in, I've got them in a couple different rooms in the house. Yes, I'm kind of klutzy too.
Emma's at that age where Band-Aids are very important. So we have Band-Aids throughout the house. And any time that I've hurt myself on the deck, even if it really doesn't bleed, she's running in the house to get a Band-Aid to come bring it out and put it on.
We had a rule when the kids were little because they loved Band-Aids, and of course I always bought the fun ones.
Uh-huh.
So we had to see, I would ask them, is it an owie or a bleed?
Mm-hmm.
If it's an owie, there's no Band-Aid needed. But if there's blood, it's a bleed, and then there's a Band-Aid. So you gotta ask yourself, is it an owie or a bleed? Blood, there's Band-Aid. And Neosporin, Mommy's Magic Lotion. Okay, I'm going to cut some of these notes off because I want some little notes on my card. I love the size of these right here. I wish the whole pack had been these. But you know, like I said, you actually can cut those big ones down. Because I tried it. It works great. And I think on this one I'm going to use about 3 notes. I used 4 on my original, but I think I'm going to use 3 this time. What do you call this one that has 2 lines between it?
I don't remember, I don't think anymore. That's really sad, huh?
I like the way these look. I think these are really cool looking. That have the little 2 double lines between them. Whatever they are, they're cute. I'm going to put that one up there on the top. I'm going to put one of these that has the hole in the middle. Music teachers are out there shaking their heads even, I'm sure.
That's
where
a half
did they
note.
find this?
I do know that one.
This one here?
No, the one that you just put on.
Oh, okay. And this one, I think we said this was a quarter, right? Or an eighth? Or I'm not sure with the little flag.
That's
An eighth note. Okay. I never promised to be a music teacher. Oh, I like the way that looks. That's cute. I'm just putting those 3 on mine. I like those. 8th note, 1 flag. Okay. What kind of instrument do you play, Alice? See, we need to know all about your friend. 8th note, Kim says. Okay. And our Katie, our orchestra buddy, she could probably tell us too. I bet she could. All right. A trumpet. Oh, wow. I had a friend who played a clarinet. Have you guys ever heard of if you're watching like the holiday parades? Not now. I had a friend, my friend Mary, played a cornet and a clarinet, and she played in the One More Time Around Again band in Portland. The One More Time Around Again band has like 300 or 400 members. It's a marching band, and it's all people who took musical instruments in high school. and they want to get those musical instruments out and play them again, and they're quite good. Oh my gosh, they're really good, and it's great fun to watch them in the parades and stuff. Probably won't see them this year because of the coronavirus, but in future years, watch for them. They're in Portland, the One More Time Around Again band. Okay, Mary, did you see them in Debbie's store Disney Frozen sticker play set? It's on sale. I think I saw them. What is it? Musical notes in there?
No, the Frozen sticker play set.
Oh, the Frozen sticker play set. Okay.
Did you know that it's on sale in Debbie's store?
Yeah, actually I did. That's one thing that I brought in for the warehouse sale that we had in here last year. And everything that was left over from the warehouse sale, a lot of it went into the store on sale price. And it was just fun, just pick out fun things.
Say bye to Stephanie.
Oh, bye, Stephanie. See you. Thanks for dropping in. Okay, I've got my Enjoy This Season. I used a piece of my shaker tape, and I'm going to pop it here in the lower left. It's going to still cover up our little Robin's boot just a little bit, but I'm going to drop it as low as I can so it doesn't cover up too much of his boot. I'm going to glue these musical notes in place, and we will be done with our third card. Our third? Yeah, our third card. Yeah.
Fourth. Third or fourth? Not fourth. This is extra, right?
Yeah. That's just an inspiration card. We'll list that die so people can get it if they want it. It's cool. I got a little jag left on this one I gotta fix before I glue that down. Just a little cut off piece. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. I'm gonna glue my notes up here. Oh, I kind of like the way that looked. I don't want it back here. I think I want it up here with these other notes, like it's part of what they're singing.
Hey, Debbie.
I got little black fingertips. What?
You're at 2 hours.
Okay. Alrighty.
You start at 4?
Huh?
You started at 4?
3.
3. Okay.
We're at 2 hours now?
Yeah.
Okay, we're fine. These Saturday classes often run a little bit longer. That's why I do them on Saturdays, because we're not as apt to mess with people's sleeping schedules. So I put the longer ones on Saturdays usually. If we didn't get so darn many cards from a set, we'd have shorter classes. But I actually really like the length of our classes because I feel like I really get to visit with my friends. So there we go. We are now at 3 cards finished. This next one's pretty easy. We're going to take our leftover piece of cardstock. We are going to take our last 4x6 card. We're going to fold it. We're going to add 3 pieces of tape. Three pieces of tape. One at the top, one in the middle, one at the bottom. We are going to punch out the extra frame we had. We're going to put this down first, right on top of there, and use that last piece of cardstock. We'll flip it over. We will cut around our card. I bet it felt really awkward when you started, but this beginning to feel more natural when you're covering your cards now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. It feels more natural as you go, and pretty soon it's just like second nature. Isn't it, guys? My new happy place on Saturdays. Oh, that's just the nicest thing to say. My first week back at school, it was very stressful. I'll bet it was. But I'm so glad we're your happy place. Do you know I have a sign out front by the before you come down the side of the house to the entrance to the studio that says Simply Special Crafts, my happy place? I have a sign out there. And we have one here in the classroom that my friend Lisa brought me that says, this is my happy place. So that's a really beautiful thing to say, because I love that. Let's pop out our Tweet Yourself This Christmas. We're also going to use this red snowflake border that we saved earlier, if you want to. We won't need the inside piece. Those are good pieces for saving, though. We actually could use it if we wanted. Nope, we don't need it. Never mind. I was going to suggest that we might put a little border underneath, but I don't think we have to. I'll show you what I meant. We don't have to because it's already there. So we can pop this ring out of the inside. Because we're not going to need this now. Sometimes these little squares and stuff, guys, that you have left over can be really fun elements when you go to work on a different card and you want to highlight something on the card. You can actually use this little element to put right over the top. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. So I'm going to take this border piece and I'm going to clip it off at the corners so it's nice and long. And I'm going to put this up here and then I'll clip off the extra pieces. Now I want to put this on so that it's just high enough to barely cover the top without having to clip out all the little pieces. Okay? If you are really careful and you just put just the tops of the bumps over the top, I think we can still fit our envelope nicely. But you don't have to do all that clipping. So let's put some glue on there. You doing all right back there, Zoe?
Yep.
Okay. No kidding. Teaching this year is a particularly tough job. Kids were good, wearing their masks, social distancing as best they can. Kids are staying in classrooms and teachers are rotating. So cohorts don't intermingle. That's actually pretty smart. And even if there's a little tiny bit of the inside of those scallops showing, that's okay. We just don't want it to come up high enough that it's conspicuous and we have to clip all that out, because why would we want to do that? Let the glue set there for a second. We'll come back and trim them, and we'll go ahead and do our bottom. When I was saying maybe we could use that ring now, I was thinking, I wasn't realizing that it already had the foiling there. I was thinking maybe we could add a piece underneath our little border with the foiling, but it already has it, so we don't need to use it there. I'm going to put my glue on. And I'm going to glue this down. And I'm going to do the very same thing. It's okay if a little bit shows, but we just don't want it to be real conspicuous because we don't want to have to cut out all those scallops. And we'll position this so that it looks good. These up here should be pretty dry, so I'm going to clip this along my card. These down here won't be quite dry, but I'm going to clip this to my card anyway. Okay. Oh, I need to tell you guys what's happening with the fall class for next week. Now, we already talked about all the fires in Oregon. It turns out that my Washington distributor, I didn't know this before, actually ships through a warehouse in Oregon. A warehouse that's under stage 2 alert right now. So, my best glue ever I needed for those kits has not yet been shipped. They're hoping they can ship it this weekend. So we don't have our best glue ever yet for our class kits that includes the best glue. If we don't have them, I have a couple suggestions for you. One, you can just get the kit without the best glue ever and use an adhesive that you have. Regular tacky glue, an extra thick glue might work, because what we don't want, this glue, my Cosmic Shimmer that I use for everything, it just soaks right into the felt of those leaves. So it's not a good choice. An extra thick glue like tacky might work on your leaves. I think that those of you who are working with us in the class kit on Thursday making the notebooks will have that 1/2 inch extra sticky tape. I think that would probably hold somewhat. My best adhesive is if you already have the best glue ever, you're set to go. The one thing you might want to do is lay your leaves out in advance of the class and go ahead and get your best glue ever drying, because you know that it takes a while for that. Or you can go ahead and wait to pick up your class kit until we have the best glue ever. Just participate in the chat and things on Saturday and do your cards when we actually have the kits in. So I'm sorry about that, but life happens and wildfires are disrupting lots of things. I'm not going to bemoan the fact that I can't get my class kits. That is just so minute on the greater scale of things that we'll just work around it. Hot glue, I think, would work. I do think it would work because it is extra, it's extra thick. So I think hot glue would work. So, okay, all right. I'm going to bring my sheet back in because I'm going to color this one a little bit more. But we're adaptable sorts, aren't we? I do hope you guys don't just skip getting the kit, though, because I think the kit's going to be fun. I think you'll enjoy playing with it. We're going to work a little bit on our layering elements and stuff there with it. So it's just got some nice unusual materials. I love that webbed ribbon that we're using in it to set our toppers on. I think that's really, really pretty. It just gives a fun, kind of casual appearance to our cards that I really, really like. So anyway, I hope you guys won't skip the class just because we have to wait on the best glue. If you don't want to get your kit right away and you want to see what we're doing, how they turn out, that's cool too. They'll be available after the class. We made a lot of them. And for those of you who need extra fall cards, you want to be sending them to more people, this is a really expensive class kit without the best glue. It is, what did I price it? I think it's $9.99. So it's very affordable. That's $9.99 for 4 finished cards. Go find that at Walgreens. It's not going to happen. So, and ours are going to be so much cooler. So, the kit's really inexpensive because it was less expensive to make. And because I already was using using broken packs from what we are doing on Thursday night. So tune in, play with me, and we will get the best glue in as soon as we possibly can. So that's what we're doing. That's what the status of the kits are. That's why you see the kit listed, but it has 0 available from the kit that includes the best glue. Because you know me, I don't like to tell you I'm sending something and then not get it right out to you, because I don't believe in doing that. So I'm just showing the one with the best glue as unavailable right now. But the $9.99 card kit is up and available now. So if you need extras, it's a pretty affordable way to get some extra fall cards. I will have just a couple sets of extra greetings for those that are focused specifically on Thanksgiving. Alice, I'm going to have your listing specifically for you. It's going to have your name in it, so you can get yours. You can get yours because you get to be first because you ask about it. So that's how that works. Alrighty. Yeah, you wouldn't find cards anywhere near what we make them for. And ours are fun to make, and we get to hang out with our friends while we do it. So what's not to love there? Okay. I'm going to use some of my pieces here. Oh, I have plenty of pieces left. I'm going to put this one. Oh, I have 3 of the same kind, though I might have to cut one up. I love this one, though, with the double notes. I'm going to put it down here. I'm going to put maybe this one up here. And then I'll put this one. I might just cut off a piece of it so it's a little different. And I'll put this one here. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. Yeah, I think I'll put it there like I did in my sample. Just kind of leave my word Christmas showing.
Can you scooch it further over?
Scooch it further over.
Wrong way.
Wrong way. Okay, over here.
Yep.
Okay.
You're migrating again.
I do that as I work. I work all over my table, guys. Do you? Oh my gosh, I work all over my table. I end up working in my lab. I work on the floor when I drop everything. I work all over my table. Okay, I'm going to put up this note with a single stem in the middle. You guys like these cards? I think they're pretty fun. We saw this Rockin' Robin, and I said, oh, it just has to be. We don't have any rocker cards. And then we realized, hey, wait, we have a tattered lace rocker card. We can make our own bases. We do have to acknowledge tattered lace and tell you we have them available, because that's just the right thing to do when we're using theirs as our base. Okay.
Alice gave you a very kind compliment.
Who did? Alice? Oh, I can't believe the musical notes. Oh, that's great. Thank you very much, Alice. You're sweet. It's kind of funny. Margie and I kind of keep eye on what Hunkydory's doing, because I want to make sure I have all the latest and greatest for you, and we look at their samples and their other stuff. There's some real similarities with some of the stuff they've done in recent times with some of our designs, but they say that that's the best form of flattery, so hey, okay, I don't mind. I think it's nice. I just want our customers to have great ideas to use their cards so that they don't feel like they got something and then, we don't, Hunkydory should never just end up without being used in a cupboard because we can't figure out how to get started. Once you get started, then the creative juices start flowing and you can take off. But I take it personally to get you started. That's what I think my job is. Okay, I've got my tweet myself this Christmas. We've got 4 cards done. That was our base. Let's take a look at our inspiration card. I had this absolutely lovely piece of cardstock left. Plenty to make another card, but no more toppers. So I said, oh, drears, that can't be. It has to be used. It has to be used. So I looked around my table to see what I had, and I had this really wonderful snowflake die that I thought, boy, if I cut that out of white glitter paper, and by the way, all of you who have tag kits have white glitter paper that's 6 inches wide, I could make an absolutely wonderful, truly wonderful snowflake border with lacy snowflakes, and I could back it with that blue paper. I didn't send you extra blue paper or cardstock for that matter. I didn't send you the die, but it's just an inspiration card. I will link you to this die. This is called the, I'm going to slaughter the name, Bativa, I think, Bativia Snowflake Channel. And I backed it with the blue that we used on our other card, put a nice Merry Christmas underneath. Stunning card, really beautiful use, so we don't waste this pretty piece of paper. Because it just it cried out to be used because it's gorgeous. So there you go. There's an inspiration card to use up that last piece of cardstock. If you want this, it will be linked in the video or in the newsletter. Speaking of newsletter, if you don't get the newsletter already, sign up, because you get all these wonderful little things. You'll get links to all the products we use, to the musical notes, to the kits for this class, to the confetti that we used, to the shaker tape, to everything in your kit. You're going to get individual links for those things. You find out about coupon codes and sales. You find out about when we're doing what kinds of new classes we have coming up. And it's great fun. It's a nice means of communicating together. So if you're not signed up, do that. There is a link in the description from this class that you can use. And thank you, Annette. We appreciate your prayers. It's a good time for prayer right now. It really, 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 really is. There are 500,000 Oregonians who would be very grateful, and to all of us who are worrying about those 500,000, we're grateful too. So, sign up for the newsletter. If you haven't already done so, please give me the thumbs up if you think this is a good class and you like what you're doing. What kind of inserts is Debbie talking about, Alice? Those who bought the Craftiganza kit from us, most of you got inserts because we did a special before they came in. And lots of you already have inserts. If you do not have the inserts already, Mary, what they are is they are lighter weight paper that's printed in the same patterns, and they're intended to cut up and put inside our cards so that you have a matching insert inside your card where you're actually signing the cards. So I don't think there's inserts available for all kits. I'm not sure there are inserts for any kits right now, but we'll have them again very shortly because we have a shipment coming in from Hunkydory, and it has the inserts in it again. So give me the thumbs up if you haven't done that. Hit that subscribe button if you will. That means that YouTube is going to recommend to you other videos that we have out there. And boy, we have a bunch of them at this point. I think we have over 200 videos on YouTube now. So YouTube will recommend to you other videos to watch. And you guys have seen what we have coming up. We have the gift kits. We still have quite a few of the gift kits left, but you never know. Sometimes we kind of have a last-minute surge for things. So the notebook and pen gift set, I'm promising you guys this is going to be great fun. So get the notebook and pen set if you didn't already. I actually enriched that kit by adding an extra color of microbeads to the kit. So now you get both gold and red microbeads in your kit. And next Saturday, we'll be doing the fall cards. They're going to be great fun. Sandy, I'm so glad you're back. I'm so glad you're back. I have missed you too, my friend. So it's great to see everybody. I think since we're having technical difficulties, we're going to skip the previews this time. If you want to see what they look like, just look back at our last video from Thursday. At the end of that video, we show you the samples for the classes that are coming up. Thank you guys for sending your thoughts and prayers, and we will see you on Thursday when we do our gift class. Adeline, thanks for joining us. Join us anytime, friend. We love to have crafty friends from around the world. So it's a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you very much. And we will see you guys on Thursday at 4 o'clock Pacific time. See you then. Bye-bye.